Hi, friends. It's almost spring, so we're going to talk about spring holidays. Spring does make us think of things like fresh flowers, warm weather, and baby animals like my puppy friend Maple here. Our spring holidays that are celebrated around the world might include things like Holi, Easter, Pesach, or Passover, Carnival, but the one we're going to talk about today is Mardi Gras. Today is Mardi Gras, which is French for Fat Tuesday. So go ahead and grab something to snuggle with and maybe something yummy as a treat to celebrate Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras. Laissez les bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. Mardi Gras. It's the celebration of the coming of spring, celebrated here in the United States and places around the world. People celebrate with parades, with dancing, music, fancy necklaces made out of purple, green, and gold beads, and some yummy treats called king cakes. Now, this year, Mardi Gras falls on the end of Black History Month. So I'm going to read to you a new book that just came out this year as well, that talks about a particular Mardi Gras that happened in New Orleans, or New Orleans, which is a city in Louisiana, a few years ago, after they had a devastating hurricane. If you don't know what a hurricane is, it's kind of like a tornado, but it happens on the water. So not only do they have really strong winds, but they also get a lot of rain and water that floods, and it can be particularly devastating for the people who live near a hurricane. This particular hurricane happened several years ago, and it was called Hurricane Katrina. And when it went through New Orleans, it wiped out some people's homes, and many people had to move to new areas, move to new states, New York, Georgia, California, here in Illinois. This particular story talks about how the city of New Orleans found its way back to celebrating again after such devastation. So it does have some sad parts, but stick with me through the sad parts, and I promise things will get better. The book is called Mardi Gras, Almost Didn't Come This Year, and it was written by Kathy Z. Price, illustrated by Carl Joe Williams. Mardi Gras almost didn't come this year. Days before the storm, there was a burning up sun. Then throwaway corncob days were done, and the double dutch and da-do ron-ron and bebop, which once rocked porches, vanished. Wind threw water into sky, snatched the blue out. Blue sputtered, then died. The levees cried. A levee is like a dam or a brick wall that keeps the ocean from coming into the land and flooding the areas nearby. St. Bernard Parish and the lower Ninth Ward vanished. The cyclone overturned trucks and trees, water flooded the land and destroyed our trumpet house, built by our father, a music man. You see their house? It looks like just the roof. Me and baby boy held mama, and pop tight We found Aunt Henry Peck's old shotgun house that night. She moved to Georgia to be with Sonia and baby Harry. We've been living there ever since. Before the storm, Mama would say, "It's all right, baby boy. La la love lady." But it's been August, September, October, November, December, January. And now it's February. St. Charles Avenue to Canal. It's almost Blues Day, Fat Tuesday, truck parades, 1,000 beignets, sweet bakes, king cakes, New Orleans, one long Mardi Gras mile. We bought Mama a nickel of boiled peanuts, fried jelly beans in a pile. Make mustache faces with string beans and shoelaces. But why won't Mama smile? Our old sweet gum tree still drops her star-shaped leaves each time we visit. The burned rubber tire swing pivots. The trumpet house sways, buckling rickety on quick-made stilts, waiting to be rebuilt. But Papa says rebuilding costs too much money right now. I sure miss reaching out my window for a persimmon sun-warmed right from the tree, curling up in a question mark bench. Legs swinging free on a hot day or cold. I miss baby boy standing next to that trumpet, pretending to blow. I'm homesick for Trumpet House every day, 'cause Aunt Henry Peck's shotgun house is just not the same thing. We sit on the steps waiting for Mama to return from the store and Pop from work. Neighbor Stan Man blows up purple balloons on his porch. One gets away, flies high, sky high with a pop. My brother backward bops. Lala, look yonder. He pokes 5 fingers up at the sky, bounds off the step, sneakers flying. See that trumpet go by, go by? Baby boy, I pull him down to earth. Shush, baby. Nothing there but clouds. But baby boy's feet itch to dance. He squats, bop to bop. Do you think that cloud looks like a trumpet? I don't know. Stop, Mama says. Won't you please stand still? And she once was the best dance of all. She walks up the steps, grocery bags in her arms, no carnival charms. I know because I peeked. No king cake, no Mardi Gras beads. Cicadas echo through the slash pine and magnolia trees. Baby boy taps the drum on his knees, chanting, down, down, baby, down, down, the roller coaster, shimmy, shimmy, cocoa bop. Mama frowns and he stops, but only for a minute. Mama seems very sad and stressed out, doesn't she? It's understandable since they're missing their house. That zany beat in our feet is 'cause of Pop, our pa. He sure loved himself some Mardi Gras. There are 4 seasons of the year, he'd declare. There's Mardi Gras and Mardi Gras and Mardi Gras and more Mardi Gras. counting each one off on his odd-looking fingertips shaped like small drums. "It's Mardi Gras weather," he'd shout out whenever, blaring his horn, tilting it high. Mama'd laugh till she'd cry. Hands on hips, she'd sashay barefoot, the most fancy-dancy of the ball. "We dance at old school, back to the boogaloo, y'all," Pop would sing out, twirling his trumpet, blasting his call. "And Mama is New Orleans' best dance of all." But Pop hasn't played his horn, not since the storm. I shush, baby boy, quiet, can't you see Mama's cross? He scoots off, slams the door. Comes right back with Papa's horn. "Boy, give that back," I snatch. He ducks, zigzags the trumpet out of reach. "Triple bop 3, gal. You ain't the boss of me. Put down that horn. For sassafras sake," snaps Mama. "Go outside." Sounds like Mama doesn't have a lot of patience for their foolishness, huh? We'll see what happens. Baby boy whispers, "But it's Mardi Gras weather." I take his hand. "No, it's not," I tell him. "It's not coming, ever." We walk the blocks to our old yard. Sometimes it's hard. The smell of rotting water, houses that once stood proud, bowed under decaying wood or disappeared. Whole streets caved in, ragged ghost avenues, just like Mardi Gras and our trumpet house. See everything covered in mud from all the waters that came in? I hold my brother in my lap underneath our whispering sweet gum. He taps his knee drum softly. Ta-ta-ta-ta. "Baby boy, remember last Mardi Gras? You was king and I was queen, and you cut the fool at the second line band. Bang, bang, you banged on that can." His face next to mine grows wet. Mine does too. That night, I dream the storm comes again. Our red trumpet house spiraling in the wind. Then suddenly the wind is quiet. No more floodwater. I'm standing on our tire swing, baby boy on the other side. He asks me to sing. I open my mouth, nothing rings out. Sound stuck between throat and heaven. But then I'm hopscotching over carnival crowns, pitching doubloons for Jackson onesies and twosies over Aunt Henny Peck's blue-eyed Susies. Suddenly there's more doubloons, and purple beads and gold rings fall out of the sky like rain. Baby boy watches from the window pane. Next morning I know what to do. It's gonna be Mardi Gras for my little brother. I sneak out of the closet, baby boy's bang can drum, his king crown, my tiara and gown. I pull out umbrellas for the second line jamboree. Twirl the red taffeta, high steppin', ooh-wee! Me and baby boy gonna have a blast. But Mama catches me, her eyes pinched, and she sighs, la la, not so fast, when in struts Pop Pop. His hands are filled with the palest butter-colored flowers. A Mardi Gras present, prettiest calla lilies in the world, for the two most beautiful girls. Mama takes the bouquet. Her eyes unpinch, unsquinch the tiniest bit. She touches a flower and lifts them up in the air to release the scent. I tuck one bloom in my hair. Here's another surprise for baby boy and me to share. Flower bulbs and vegetable seeds. These are to plant, Pop Pop says. Come this spring, we'll welcome our house when it's ready. Just then a blast pierces the morn. It's baby boy on Pop Pop's horn. It's Mardi Gras weather, the trumpets blare. Easy peasy pie in perfect Mardi Gras style. Who dat be? It's baby boy. Say what, mama? Baby boy can play. What do you say? You learned that trumpet on the sly? Who, what, where, when, how, and why? What? Get on with your bad self, son. Play that bop. Sure thing, Pop Pop. What do you say? What that you said? Trumpet sweet as jelly bread? Play it, baby boy. You say it, baby boy. Will you wail it, baby boy? For you, Mama Mare, past all Mardi Gras miles, and just like that, rat-a-boom, bom, boom, bat. Finally, Mama smiles. Alligator tail in a poor boy bun, the street vendor cries. Mardi party's begun. Baby boy throws the door open wide. All of us barefoot run outside. Jazz stirs Bourbon Street and with tremendous shouts. Boiled the bayou and jumped the kudzu, kudzuing about. It riled crawfish singing crawfish songs and bully bullfrogs in their bullfrog bogs. Bee-bop, bully frogs hop. Sing so sweet, knee deep, knee deep. Watermelon red to rind, the fruit man sings. We sniff the sizzle of barbecue wings. Lemonade made in the shade. St. Charles Avenue loves the parade. It's the cue of muses. Now here comes the Zulus too. Sunlight snatches back the jazzing blue. From way, way high, doubloons fall from clouds like rain. These are the doubloons, the gold coins. They're like pirate treasure. Boy, give me that trumpet. Pop Pop tilts it high, blows loud as he can, our music man. Here it comes. It's the second line band. Go on, baby boy, bang on a can. Mama twirls our arms over our heads. She twists and dips and heel-toe tips. Papa shouts, "Let's dance it old school." He sounds the trumpet call. We bop to bop taller than tall. I belt out a song loud and long, longer than a Juny bug's crawl. Boogaloo, baby. Boogaloo, y'all. Then each one of us sees it, up, up high, a trumpet cloud gliding, go by, go by. Palms raise up in prayer to the sky. One day our trumpet house will be rebuilt, persimmons, question mark, branch and all. Under the sweet gum, the star leaves will fall. But for now, see the trumpet in the sky now? I am the queen and you are the king, and Mama, New Orleans' best dance of all. There's some information in the back of this book about Hurricane Katrina and Mardi Gras in New Orleans. We also have several other books at the library that talks about what happened during Hurricane Katrina and also about Mardi Gras and the celebration of spring. This one's called Jazz for Lunch. It has music in it just like Papa and his trumpet. Jazz for Lunch, written by Jarrett Dapier and pictures by Eugenia Mello. Strutting with my Auntie Nina down to a club. We're gonna hear some music and then eat some grub. Ever notice how the crosswalk on the street looks a little bit like piano keys? Live Open. Nina's there for lunch almost every other day. Musicians hit the stage, and this is what they play. Jazz for lunch. The beats got soul. Jazz for lunch. Ham on a roll. Jazz for lunch. The tunes got swing. Jazz for lunch. Shout, dance, and sing. Peal of the trumpet and the zest of hi-hat. Knives go chop. I hear the sizzle of some bacon fat. Sounds of the kitchen and the music mixed together. Nina winks at me 'cause we're birds of a feather. Jazz for lunch. The club's got soul. Jazz for lunch. Eat a drum roll. Jazz for lunch. The food's got swing. Jazz for lunch. Shout, dance, and sing. Want to get up close, but we're stuck in the back. I can't see the drums and I can't get a snack. Dancing dudes and ladies are stomping on my feet. Talking too loud, I can't stand the heat. Nina walks me out for the set is through. Says, come by tomorrow. I got a surprise for you. I think that me and you, we could do something great. After what we just heard, I'm fitting to create. The next day at Nina's place, we're both on the make. Throw some jazz on the stereo for heaven's sake. Now we've got a rhythm kitchen, high fly and stomp, teaching me to cook. It's a hot house romp. Jazz for lunch, playing food, steaming tunes. Jazz for lunch, stirring fats, licking spoons. Jazz for lunch, shaking cinnamon in the chili. Jazz for lunch, salt peanuts getting silly. Bone-in drumstick, cooking on the fly. Fresh new dishes, a jam session high. Nina's master chef and I'm her shorty baker. Second banana, junior cook, boogie woogie, booty shaker. Pit pat the peanut butter, slap on the jelly. Sweet potato, Philly Joe belly. Pizzicato, panna cotta, Parmigiana cheese, Art Tatum tots, and a hot Reuben Reeves. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, put your hands together now and make some noise. Like to introduce you to my nephew, Junior Cook. Makes a meal of the drums, just take a look. Chickas, chickas, crash flam, trip the pan. Chickas, chickas, Joe Jones drumming man. Splash cymbal guacamole, hot buddy rich pizzoli, salt shaker tambourine, Sid catlet nectarine. Now I want to tell you about the food that we made. We sliced it and we diced it with the edge of a blade. We named every dish after favorite jazz greats. Now check out those hot eats upon your plates. Art Blakey Flaky and Thelonious Monk fish, a Nat King coleslaw, red hot pepper dish. Hoppin' John Coltrane, Art pepper steak, Billie Hollandaise sauce, Dexter Gordon cheesecake. Jazz for lunch, let it cool, let it cool. Jazz for lunch, keep it cool, keep it cool. Knock, knock, knock. Hey now, Auntie Nina, who's that knocking at the door? It's all the jazz cats from the club before. Jazz for lunch, a rhythm jambalaya. Jazz for lunch, all in, bounce higher. Jazz for lunch, fingers in your freak lip. Jazz for lunch, Ella Bessie chip dip. Jazz for lunch, chomp a tambourine crunch. Jazz for lunch, eat a drum roll munch. Jazz for lunch, we dance and we eat. Jazz for lunch, hot food and fresh beats. I think that's the way I'd like to have my lunch. All that yummy food and good music too. There's some information about some jazz musicians and singers in the back of this book. You can always check out some of their biographies too if you wanted to learn more about them or listen to some great jazz music. All right. I'm going to go and celebrate Mardi Gras by having a little something yummy. I'll see you real soon. Happy spring.